Yo, yo, yo. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I go by Mr. Olives or HT or Jesus, depending how well you know me or how close you can get to me. Something about that. I love saying it. So I keep saying it. Love saying it. Just how those words come out. Woo! Very clear cut message about me. But anyway, sorry. It's got caught up in the words. Welcome to another episode of Musing Copa. Pour over series. This is episode 7. As you already know, if you find me today, right now, please like and share. Let somebody know that HT is a coffee nerd, and I'm really trying to get the pour over, try to master the pour over thing down. So go let them know HT's out here making coffee content. Even if you don't like it, tell somebody you don't like it. I'll take it. But like and subscribe. Let somebody know HT's out here a real coffee nerd. And the main reason why I even started this series of the episode is because I need to master this pour over thing. It's to me personally, my experience, and I could be wrong. Tasting coffee beans through a pour is probably the purest way as far as getting all the flavor and truly understanding that black coffee has flavor, exotic flavors for that matter, right? Black, you don't need to add sugar to coffee to have this flavorful experience as your taste buds commit suicide because they can't understand why the coffee bean tastes like orange or raspberries for that matter, right? So yeah, Musing Copa pour over series episode 6 is just me trying to master this pour over thing. But hopefully everybody's week is going well. This would be my second or third cup of, no, second cup of coffee, technically, because I had a cold brew canned coffee. Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about cold brews and cold coffee because I'm not gonna front, especially these odd days in the city where it has been kind of hot, probably what we are gonna expect during the summer, especially since we didn't get that much snow this year. When the weather's hot, I don't really want to drink hot coffee unless I'm going to be stationary in one environment. I don't have to go outside, go in the car, or go here, go there, right? But yeah, we're going to have that conversation about cold coffees and cold brews because I'll be honest with y'all. I've never been a fan of cold coffee. Even when I don't know what I was drinking when I was little and I was taking my uncle's coffee from Das Box. Warm coffee is it just seems the way coffee should be tasted, served, or what it should be expected, right? But as these couple of weeks that's been kind of hot in the city, I want a cold coffee because I still want coffee. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to reevaluate my perspective on cold coffee and the cold brew stuff. Not a big fan of it, but I have been drinking a lot of cold coffee this week. I think last week too. I don't have the can on me um, because it's been hot. So we're gonna have to revisit that, and we're gonna have to figure that out where I fit in with the cold brews and the cold coffees, and with the summer coming. You know what I mean? But I hope everybody had a great week. Hope everybody's doing well, and if you're not, you'll be all right. That's just how things go sometimes. And please go check out the past episodes from the Music Copa Pour Over series. Like I said, this is episode 7. So go watch all the mistakes from 1 to 6 and see how much I've gone better just in every aspect of this whole idea. I think it's a little too far. But yeah, and today, as you read in the title, we have ourselves a coffee bean from another local roasters. And I know I say this every episode, but there's a reason. We here in Colorado are very spoiled when it comes to local roasters that care about the farmer, care about the ethics, care about how the bean makes it into the bag and then into your cup. So today we have another great roastery locally to Colorado. It's called Lost Coffee. Look at the packaging. Look at the packaging. This is not your grandma's coffee. You know what I mean? This is not what your mom drinks and she puts half a milk with. This is cool, powerful, tasteful, fruitful coffee that I would, at this point, how I'm comparing my experiences, like when you have a good Blanco tequila, when you have some good cannabis, and when you have some good wine, coffee's at the same point with the flavors. You might be just staring at a black cup of coffee, but if made right and understand how to get these flavor notes going, you're going to have a hell of an adventure and you don't even know where it comes from, right? So we got ourselves. I think this is the first bean I do from Lost Coffee. I really, I really like the packaging. You know how we always talk about branding and coffee branding, and to me, that's important. I mean, that's just generally important in life, if you're asking me. But business wise, marketing wise, packaging extremely important, and just the creativeness, right? It's not, it's not your grandma's coffee. Know what I mean, it's not el cafecito de tu abuelita. Shout out to everybody. But aside from the packaging, and and I think I'm gonna have to go back and do a coffee vlog there because their coffee shops slash roastery that I recently went. That's why I picked this up. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been able to choose favorites as far as coffee shop and what I actually enjoy. But that one with the roastery, I don't know. The environment was spacious, was nice. Aesthetically was still kind of lacking, but for the most part, the spaciousness made it work, right? And it was nice open space. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about it. But the reason why this caught my attention, two things. So far since I've started this show, so far since I started being curious about beans and just trying different beans and just kind of being obsessive about it, as we know, that's why we're here. I haven't done a Colombian bean since I started. I think I've done a lot of other South American countries, including Mexico, was the first episode. That's from the Huck Roastery. I've done Peru. I've done Nicaragua, and then the other ones I did Guatemala, but with a blend with from Rwanda, excuse me, Rwanda. So just every I haven't done Colombian as far as there being in. If you know, Colombia is I don't know if still their main export, but once upon a time it was coffee and bananas, right? And along with something else, but we don't have to get into that here. Shout out to all my Colombian homies, you know what I mean? But today we're doing our first Colombian bean called Caro Zuleta Colombian Finca Samidia. Excuse me, my little Spanish be a little funny, but I do speak full. I am bilingual. So, and the second thing that really got my attention is this is how you get my attention. When you're not just okay with the norm of what something is and you actually try something, you start being creative. Even if it doesn't work out, but you at least try. And this is the first bean. Maybe they're already doing it. Maybe, I've been slacking and I'm a little outdated, but this is the first time I see it. They process these beans with honey. Thus, coffee process these beans with honey. So there's supposed to be some honey in there along with the beans. That's the first time I see it because usually it's just a, a clean wash or they just wash it. But this time they washed it with honey as the roastery process, right? So that's the second thing that really got my attention. That's the second thing that really got my attention. So today we are looking at a medium roast. We are looking at a medium roast. The taste notes that we are looking for today, and hopefully we can find if I don't fuck up this pour over, is a Tangelo orange, coriander, and dark chocolate. So, and as far as if you want to get super specific about the DNA of the bean, it's one of the varieties called tabby, right? And I looked it up before the show. Tabby is basically an indigenous word for good. So that's what they call the DNA of the bean. So yeah. So let's get the little smell taste before we get into the good stuff, right? Mm. I do smell the chocolate, and I kind of get a little hint of the coriander. Oh no, I get a lot of hits of the coriander, a whole lot of them. Chocolate and coriander. I don't know where this Tanjula orange is coming from. Let's see if I and I can kind of get the honey. Mm. And I was driving to the studio this morning, and the whiff just took over my whole vehicle, and it was a good drive. You know, when you go into the coffee shop and you open the door, and the first thing you get a whiff of just fresh coffee. That's how my drive was this morning because of these beans. But yeah, so let's get it. Pero Zuleta from Lost Coffee. Go check them out. Like I always say, go support your coffee shops, go support your local roasteries because in Colorado they actually try, they care about the farmer, they try to do ethically. Another reason why I've kind of stayed away from Colombian beans because as far as the research and things that I've read and looked up, um, since Colombian is a famous place for coffee, like I said, Colombia, that's one of their exports. Um, since it's it's been industrialized a lot, so there sometimes it's not made or grown ethically, and there's not parasites, but they're grown with chemicals that are harmful, and they're not ethically grown as far as how it should be. So that's why I've kind of stayed away from the Colombian bean because I've seen that and heard a lot of that. But when you have a roastery, I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a try because I truly think in Colorado we give a damn about our coffee and we're not playing. And these people that work hard, that run these businesses and try to make a name for themselves, you can see it. But you never know, right? But as far as I could tell, I'm a believer. All right. So first thing, we should probably so as always, this is a V60 pour over. It's a brand from Japan. This is kind of the go-to if you look up any other coffee stuff, if you go even to a coffee shop, this is kind of what you're gonna get. This is just kind of aside from the Chemex, and I'm sure there's other ones, but this is kind of the go-to for pour overs. I want to make sure I get this right. Yes, we're gonna do this in this one, so I don't have to go around and go drop it somewhere else. So this next part we're doing, so it's a V60 pour over Japanese brand. If you don't know by now, Japanese still make things by hand, so that's why when they make a product, it's probably really solid. And this is kind of the go-to as far as what I've seen in coffee, and I like it, right? So we're using a bamboo filter. These are the ones I got. I honestly didn't mean to get bamboo, but it's just how it worked out. So right now, we're just gonna wet the filter so we can get it nice to stick around the glass so we don't have any kind of issues. Yeah, see, just to get it nice and sticky there. Get it nice and sticky so we don't have no issues when we have to um get the grains in there. So we're gonna let that do its thing over here. And then we're gonna go ahead and weigh our 30 grams, or hopefully more than 2 cups of coffee. So let's go. I'm over here tripping, bro. I was in ounces. Yeah. So look, another thing I'm always gonna be completely honest. I'm so far away from really being able to say that I can make a pour over coffee. I'm so far from it because it's so technical. And I did just order a new scale because it is what it is. Because if we're gonna have to weigh water to the ratio of the coffee grain, I'm gonna invest in a solid scale just to make that easy for myself because between me and you, technicality, not my strength. So anytime I can get some help, I'm gonna get it. So I did invest in a better scale, where so we can, because like I said, the whole background of this show is for me to master this whole pour over technique. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're soon, because if you ever watch it, you're gonna be like, you don't know what he's doing. Is he even into coffee? Well, I'm learning as I go, but I am into coffee. And if you don't believe me, go check out episode 1, where you'll get the full story of why I'm even at this point with it, and why I really do have a passion for coffee in a real way. So yeah, so we got our 30 grams. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in the grinder. What? You know what? Give me a minute. I didn't plan for this, but I have to, because if not, it's not gonna come out good. All right, all right, all right, all right. My fault, my fault. But like I said, I really do be drinking coffee. I do really be making coffee regularly. So aside from making these pour overs here, I'm also practicing just on my own time when I'm just trying to drink some coffee. Because like I said, I'm really trying to get better at these pour overs. So 30 grams of the Caro Zuleta Colombian bean from Lost Coffee Roastery. Go ahead and grind this up. So like I said, I'm trying to slowly get everything right. So let's go ahead and grind it. And like I was saying earlier with the scale, another thing that I'm looking to definitely invest in, because like I said, a whole one of the big patterns that I see as I ask questions, I see professional baristas that watch videos, is that a pour over specifically, and I mean think coffee in general, I think there's a lot of science to it. It's a lot of technicality. And another thing I'm looking to invest in is a grinder that I can tell it grind it to this fine point, because that's very crucial and important as far as this whole coffee thing. Yo, turn on the AC. Please, please burn up with these lights. We're professional around here. Joking, joking. Woo. Oh, I think there's that orange in the coriander. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour this around it. So go ahead, spot for it. So we're gonna give it, like I said, I need to get a whole timer because right now I should be timing how long for the bloom before I start the regular pour overs. Like I said, there's so much technicalities, but trust and I will get to that point. Trust me. I really like I look forward to do these episodes. I look forward to tasting new beans. And recently I've been tasting a lot other beans outside of this by professionals. Like recently I had a pour over at Corvus that like I think I mentioned it last show, but it still stuck with me, so I don't mind repeating it. I had like a raspberry, it had like a raspberry strong taste to it. And maybe I just really like raspberry. We were just having a discussion about the color of these coffees, and right now this is looking like wine. Y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Let somebody know I'm a real deal coffee nerd. I'm out here making coffee content. And I think my next solo stream where I rant a little bit, I'm gonna kind of break down what a- like what a cortado is, what a latte is, what an espresso is, what a white mocha is. I think I mean you gotta know the basics, right? So after fully drains, go ahead and do the taste test. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, and there's probably more efficient grinders than this. Louis. But it's all right. It's all good. Now we're just gonna let it drain. See, another thing about a good cup of coffee, that is, it's not the easiest thing to understand, but patience and just taking your time with this it's very important. You can't be rushing it, right? We're just gonna let it all drip out. So yeah, definitely new scale. Help me. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to shake it after it after it started blooming or after it bloomed. See what I mean? It's just so much technicality. Now it's gonna drive me crazy the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the weekend that I didn't shake it on stream how I was supposed to. But it's all good. We'll make the best of it, and this is why we're gonna keep practicing off camera, just kind of get building those muscles of knowing what to do. So just got here. We're trying Carol Zuleta Colombian bean from La Coffee Roastery. Go check them out. Go support because they actually care. They actually work really hard to make sure this is ethical. Make sure that when the bean gets to us, the people that actually work hard and base their whole livelihood get theirs too. Okay, so make sure you go show love. So if you live in the city, there's no reason that if you enjoy a solid, a real cup of coffee, I'm gonna say it, a real cup of coffee. Fuck your preference. I'm gonna say it. You can probably find something in the city. You don't have to go far. We got some things going on here, some local things. Like I always say, we're spoiled in Colorado in that way. So go support, go show love. Now we're just gonna wait for it all to drain out. Like I said, I forgot to shake the damn thing after it bloomed. But we can get better at this. Don't worry. It's looking good right now. We're just gonna let that drain out. Mm. If you do watch this, give me give me your perspective. You like coffee? Do you drink coffee? Are you a tea drinker? Are you one of those psychos that drinks decaf coffee? Like, just don't drink coffee. Anyways, we'll save that rant for another time. You know what I mean? But I respect tea. I definitely respect matcha. The decaf coffee, you're a fucking psycho. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't drink coffee. But they still make them, so do your thing. You know me. I'm always on edge about these things. Drive me nuts. Still draining. Still draining. We do look like we have. Yeah. So please like and subscribe. But if you don't want to, then fuck you too, though. But like and subscribe. Let everybody know. Um, more coffee vlogs coming out. If you haven't checked out the last one that I did at Huck, go check it out. One coming soon. I'm really starting getting comfortable with the editing, so I'm gonna try to get as cinematic as I could. I don't give a damn, know what I mean? So go check out the last coffee vlog at Huck, one of their locations, another local roastery, another local coffee shop that just cares along like Lost Coffee, right? And honestly, I didn't I didn't really put too much thought as far as that it was even gonna be local or even that like I definitely should have, right? But I kind of fell into it as far as like the ethical part of it and just doing it right. Because like I said, in Colorado, we're just very spoiled that people are working very hard and have businesses to do this for us, and we don't have to go very far. And it's exotic. It's a enjoyable thing to do. So yeah, I didn't really think about it. I just kind of fell into it. It's just kind of natural. Maybe I'm spoiled and I just expect shit to be ethical and morally up to code. So that's maybe why I didn't think about it either, because I just expect it now, just the way I am and the way I function. But still got to double check, Like I said, that's why I've stayed away from Colombian beans because they've been industrialized so much that a lot of pesticides get used to process. It's just like getting horrible cannabis, right? But yeah, and if y'all don't know what Musing Copa is and what this that name, that logo means, so Musing Copa is how I experience coffee, is why I drink coffee. I like to, in peace or even in an environment um, with light background noise. I like to sit down, enjoy my coffee, and I like to think. Coffee is my muse. That's when I just digest ideas, is when I break down ideas, is when I think of concepts, or even I think of stressful moments and their value with me and what I'm going to do with that. Using Copa is that, is me having a really happy, like it says, happy cup of coffee. Like I said earlier, that's the Colombian indigenous word for good. So shout out to all my Colombian homies. You already know. Shout out to you, Camilo. Yeah, first time having a coffee, so looks like it's all done. We're gonna go ahead and move that. A little lid. That's what it looks like right now. It does look like it got a little rim of like a little circle layered. All right. Yo, you gonna try it? All right. So I want you to try it first to get the unbiased. This lid is a little more. Gonna get a little of color. So what do you think about the color? Since we were discussing color earlier. What do you think about the color? And this is just the light, mind you. So let's like look at it over here. Still see the color though, right? What do you get any smells? Does it smell colorful? All right, so let's have you try it before I get into it so you can be the unbiased taster. Go ahead. You gotta try it first before I do. And you gotta take like 3 or 4 sips though. Don't give me your opinion off one. What does it taste like? So I can tell the people for you. Then you're gonna have to get a thumbnail for me, please. I smell the chocolate, the coriander, the orange, the honey. You getting the honey in there? So honey, what else? All right. Honey and the orange. Let's see. So honey and orange, that's what Osvaldo's getting from his unbiased taste. He doesn't like coffee. He hates coffee. He hates organizing the chemistry of his brain, you know? He's very careful about that. But today he is. Think about like before you put it down, think about like in the background of it. 'Cause I think that's where the chocolate and the coriander is at. And what did you get? Yeah, there's the honey. I'm not getting the orange yet. Is the orange in the back, in the front, in the middle? Where would you put it? Oh, there it is. You want to try a technique of test. So when when you drink it, hold your breath. And then, so and then um exhale once you swallow. Do it again. There I go. Oh, there's the orange. I got the orange. See, it's still not. It's kind of a mixture, right? It's kind of hiding behind it because it is dark chocolate. Oh, that strong orange is there. All right. All right. Well, are you good or you want more? You, you actually liked You were surprised, huh? So that means the flavor notes are kind of solid. I didn't do too bad on the pour over. Probably could have been better, but I do get the honey though. It's just, I think the flavor notes almost seems like they're too similar almost because the dark chocolate is like the coriander, and then the orange, the harshness to the like the honey, it's kind of the same thing. It's all there though. Definitely some flavors. Handpicked to share with you our coffee. Our coffees are authentically sourced for the unique flavor profiles, ensuring a coffee experience that keeps you inspired so you're never lost. Just shout out to them. Some solid ass branding. I no es el cafecito de tu abuelita. Shout out to the abuelitas with their cafecitos. With the yeah, but a cafecito isn't it usually unless like if you warm it up in a olla, that's like the only difference because it's usually just with the sugar and like a little milk. But I think Sean put out the idea last week to make the coffee in the olla like un cafecito. Yeah, I think at some point after I master just like the basic of what coffee is, we'll get into like the syrups and like making like shit like because people they don't drink straight tequila. You think they're gonna straight coffee? No, nobody can hear you right now. But whatever Osvaldo said, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Lost Coffee, local roastery. Um, if you want to try a good Colombian bean, would you say it was good? You had a second cup. I didn't expect that. We did get all the flavor notes. It is all there as far as you could taste the honey, the orange, the coriander, dark chocolate. And the reason why you can taste the honey because it was processed with honey. That's why this what makes this bean specifically unique because it's the first time I see a bean processed in that way. So, hola, mis hermanos colombianos y hermanos colombianos. Tienen café bueno, de verdad. Tenemos que hablar español porque sí, ¿cómo vamos a estar hablando de Colombia y no hablar español? Y si sabemos español, ¿por qué no? So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been another and concludes another episode of Musing Copa episode pour over series 7. Man, see you guys on the next time.